Kevin, you obviously know this league very well, and you've talked about the organization here. What do you see that makes this job so attractive on the field? You're taking over the worst team in Major League Soccer. Do you see resources there that provide a framework? Do you see a massive overhaul in personnel?
Well, to answer the question generally first, I personally love a challenge. You know, I often talk with people and say, you know, what's the fun of being the manager of Real Madrid and spending, you know, crazy money and just buying the best players? I really love to build things. And I think that there are pieces in place here. I'll tell you that the resources that you all never see, things like the training facility, things like the staff that supports the team, that is unmatched in Major League Soccer in this organization. And those are very important foundational elements of success. We never had that kind of resource at our disposal in D.C. So that is very attractive to me. And I think there are some very good pieces within this group. I'm a big believer that you have to find ways to improve the players that you have. Obviously, you have to make smart decisions on the personnel side. And some of those are people to move on, and some of those are people to bring in. But I really believe in this league, and I think the success stories in this league demonstrate that you achieve success in this league by taking the group that you have and making them better, either collectively or individually. That sounds simple, but that's not necessarily the approach in a lot of places in the rest of the world, where the idea is, well, if the player's not working out, we get rid of them and sign a new one. It's not a surprise that the two most successful coaches in the history of this league are Bruce Arena and Ziggy Schmid, two guys who had more than 20 years of college soccer coaching experience before they ever came into the league. So they were very comfortable as teachers. And I think that that's the key element. And that's something that I hope to help instill here, and I'm not suggesting it's not here already, but it's something that I believe very strongly in.
Kevin, the role of president is a new one for this franchise. You've obviously held that role for many years with DC United. How do you see your day-to-day operations evolving or changing now that you're at a franchise which was seen as a model franchise by the commissioner some short years ago, but in recent years has clearly lost its way?
Yeah, we will be again. I will tell you that. I intend to have an office here at BMO, where the business operations are located. And I also intend to have an office out at the Kia training facility. I am hopeful that I will not have the wildlife to deal with in either office that I had to deal with at my office in RFK Stadium. And that alone is a pretty attractive prospect for me.
Well, we do have a housefly here, which is only in Canada in November, but...
A hardy housefly. So clearly, in the short term, more focus needs to be on what's going on the pitch. We need to get the product on the field fixed. As I said before, Paul and the staff have done a phenomenal job on the business side. Everybody wants the team to play better. Everybody wants to have a winning team. There's nobody in this organization, there's nobody in the city that doesn't want the same thing. So what we need to do is figure out what's our plan to achieve that, what's a reasonable plan to measure that, and then we are going to start to move forward, and we're going to start to move forward really quickly.